So, you ready?
Yeah, I'm just looking at my notes.
What is up, everybody? Your face was priceless. Your face was amazing. What is up, everybody, and welcome to Season 3, Episode 18 of the Nintendo PlayStation Podcast. I am Bobby, the Nintendo Guru, joined by the goofy glasses-wearing best friend in all the land, Mr. Toby Thornton.
What is up, Bobby? Nice to see you.
You can't even see me. You're looking at the wrong direction.
Oh, sorry, I ain't got my glasses on. Oh yeah, there you are.
There you are. What's up, man? How you been?
Yeah, I've been alright.
Oh my god, I haven't talked to you forever.
Yeah, just getting over all that TV malarkey with Evie.
Ooh, that was brutal stuff.
Brutal, yeah.
I've never seen anything like that in my life.
Oh, it's crazy, man, isn't it?
I've heard. I mean, like, I was a kid once. Yeah, I mean, like, we've all been there. We've all done. Yeah. I don't think that I've ever heard of a kid like literally, like, blood. You know, like in their bed, like that would freak me out if I went to go get my daughter.
Yeah,
like there's blood in the bed and on her clothes.
It was a bit of a
like,
shock. Yeah.
Like, what the heck happened to you last night?
Yeah.
What demon showed up last night and beat you up?
It was like so painful, and she's like grabbing at her gums and that, and scratching her gums and her tongue and everything.
You should have put one of them cones on her head.
It's a good idea, actually.
that would have been unbelievable if you'd have sent me pictures, you know, of the dog cone on your daughter. I would be losing my mind.
Yeah, we did have a couple of dog cones, but I think we got rid of them. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should have kept them.
Yeah.
I'm over here. I'm trying to record a podcast, and here's Miguel texting me.
Our friend Miguel.
Because you don't ever talk about the guy anymore.
I am so impressed. He's posting his pictures on Twitter.
Over 300 now.
Yeah, man.
Guy's a madman.
He is a madman, but I'm so jealous. He's got such a great collection.
He's got every game that you can imagine. You name the game, he's got it. It's like unbelievable. And the crazy thing is when he first started, and he comes to me and he's like, I'm going to try to get every game in the collection. I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. Like, okay, bro, I hear you. And then he starts banging away. And I'm like, oof, he's going to make a run at this. And he passes 100. And I'm like, okay. And then he passes 200. And I'm like, what is wrong with you, man? Like, and the crazy thing is, dude, he's so committed. It's not even funny. He's like importing them from Japan, and he's importing them from Europe and all this stuff. Because, like, an example, he will look at a game that is going to launch. Example in point case is Bayonetta 1 and 2. In the United States, they gave us one cartridge, and they gave us a code. But in Europe, they gave you guys two copies of the game.
In the UK, we got the code as well.
Okay, but in Europe, I think it was in Germany.
Right,
they did both copies of the game. Yeah. He went and imported it over, and I'm like, that's not just because he wanted both copies. He didn't want one copy; he wanted both. And I'm like, that's dedication, man. That's like a man.
And he's even buying the really terrible games, like anything that's on a cartridge. He's getting, don't matter what it is.
Yeah, there's some bad games that he's got, and I'm like, what are you doing, dude?
But he's also got a lot of rare, obscure ones that I think are going to be.
He's got offered, this is a crazy thing, someone offered him like hundreds of dollars for his collection.
Yeah.
And he's like, or to cherry pick certain ones. He's like, nope. Nope, I'm not selling any of them. Because they know that you're not going to be able to get what he has. Yeah. He's got some fantastic stuff, man.
Yeah, man, he has.
So, Toby, let's kick this episode off like we do each and every episode with our Geek Outs.
Geek Outs!
Oh, he's come with a little bit of thunder this week, people. Watch out now. Here he comes.
Smidge.
Here he comes. What's up, Tobes? What are you geeking out about there, buddy?
I'm just geeking out about Super Mario Maker 2. Dude, I am like so excited for this game. It's coming up so quickly. They had the release date trailer that came out. is it June 28th?
Yeah.
And there was a Japanese trailer and some Japanese artwork on some storefronts with some new images, and it's Game Explain is doing their analysis, and it's just getting me so hyped, man. I was so excited for this game that I got out my Wii U and started playing Mario Maker 1.
Started making horrible levels.
I realized that I can make good levels. Fair levels.
You're
exciting.
Not that good. What I want you to do is this. Do you know a British chap by the name of Paul Lloyd?
I have heard of him.
Okay. So Paul Lloyd is a friend of mine, friend of the show, even though you don't want to talk to him.
Isn't he a friend of Gary Gray?
Yes. Yeah.
So
Paul Lloyd, actually, that's what his channel is based upon, is Mario Maker.
Right.
I want you to take one of these amazing levels.
Okay.
And give him the code.
Yep.
And he will play it live on stream.
Yeah.
And let him tell you how bad the thing is. And then maybe you'll believe how bad you are as a level designer.
I will show him, and then you will be eating your hat.
I'm going to, after the show, I'm going to tweet and say, hey, Paul Lloyd, my best friend in all the land, Toby, is apparently broken out his Wii U and started making new levels. I would like you to play one of his levels because he is a trash designer, and we need backup and proof of this. Myself, man, what am I geeking out about? This is crazy. I don't know. This is a couple weeks in a row now. I don't have nothing I'm super excited about.
It's weak, man.
I mean, the obvious is probably the Patreon that Sean and I kicked off.
Oh yeah, how is that going? Congratulations.
Unbelievably well, Toby. Floored by, we've got every single goal except for one accomplished. Stretch goal accomplished except for one. And the support and the overwhelming support is fantastic. The Discord, which is what I'm really super excited about, the Discord kind of takes me back to when we had Make Us Better. In terms of the interaction, and people are there every day, and they're plugging their work, and they're talking to each other, and they're hanging out, and they're having they're playing games together. Like such a fantastic community that we've been able to create over these years, and I'm just so pleased with everything, and so happy to see people getting along. And to me, it's one of the most welcoming communities on the internet. We all just tend to get along. We all just have a great time with each other. So we're getting to the point where Sean, I'm going out today. I got to buy some thank you cards. Mm-hmm. Sean's mailed off his thank you cards, apparently. I'm behind, as usual. But I'm going to mail mine off this week. Yeah. And then Sean and I are going to record some videos, some thank you videos this week. Send those off as well. And then I'm going to post the first shirt. Because we have a tier that if you do that, you get a free shirt every month. That's going up. We're going to get the store up and get that out to people. It's pretty cool. It's pretty exciting. And like I said, I'm just so excited for the community and how strong they are. One other thing I am geeking out about is on Tuesday, I'm going to be doing a guest spot on Talk Nintendo podcast with Perry Burkham.
Not Nintendo Talk?
That's my show. That's and Casey. Yeah. And the thing with it, so I don't know if you know Perry. You probably don't. You probably do, but you don't know you know Perry.
All right, okay.
So Perry is good friends with Jules Watcham. Right. Not as good a friend as I am. Like, okay, let's we're aiming in a
not that close.
Yeah. But Perry actually is doing all the work for the music in Chicken Wiggle.
Oh, excellent.
You have Grant Kirkhope that did I think 5 tracks, remastered 5 tracks. Yeah. And Perry actually came in and filled the gaps and did the rest of the music and kind of did it to the tone of what Grant had already prepared. So it almost sounds like Grant's music is throughout the rest of the game, but it's really not. So it's really cool. So I'm getting to go on the podcast with him. Both of them guys have been on Nintendo Talk. And so it's kind of cool to now go over there and hang out there. Both are great guys. You should really check out.
That's really cool, man.
You should stop being like a hermit and actually get out and associate with some of the people in the community.
I tweet.
You are a disappointment to life. You know, life didn't die for you just because you had a kid, Toby.
Yeah, it did.
You you used to be this chap full of life, and like, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened to you. Oh well. Anyway, so so let's jump into our first topic. We'll go with yours first because I feel like yours is not as long as mine's going to be. So
yeah, okay.
What do you got first?
So my topic is there was a new trailer for Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, basically showing a complete makeover of the game. It looks completely different now. And what was really interesting about it is the main director of the game, Koji Igarashi. He's basically responding to criticism from original trailers, and he's being very light-hearted about it, and he's taking it really well, and he's like, I'm going to show you that I have improved this game and it's going to be worth your time. So basically they do a comparison. Well, at the start they show off all the comments of people going, this game looks so bad, the lighting's terrible, I hate this game, it better be good, like, and then they do a comparison side by side, and it's got old versus new, and let me tell you, man, it looks so much better than originally. And I know that some of that is just, you know, games are developed over time. It's a Kickstarter game. They wanted to show the fans how they were progressing. However, I do think that a lot of that artwork probably was final until they got so much backlash over it. And admittedly, it did look bland before, like especially the lighting, the backgrounds. And now they've really put the effort in, and the game was delayed a lot, so that was probably one of the reasons why it was delayed. Just
possibly,
And you know, I just love the way that they're going about it. Like, a lot of games get that backlash from fans and reveal trailers, and they've taken the time to change it.
Let's be fair here. When they did the initial reveal trailer, everybody was hyped. The game looked fantastic. The game was awesome. Then they put out a trailer about a year later, and the game took a massive turn for the worse. Like, this is the truth. I was in Next Level Games, Nick Militia. I was in his store, and I was all hyped up about it. I'm talking about, like, oh man, I can't wait for this game. Miguel backed him. Miguel did a backing on this game, so he's hyped for it because he loves Castlevania. And Nick says to me, "What are you talking about? This game is bad." I'm like, what are you talking about, Nick? The game looks gorgeous. He's like, no. Have you seen recent trailers? I'm like, no. He goes, look. He pulls up on his computer at work, and he's showing us, and I'm like, oh, wow, this thing really looks bad. Even, because I think we discussed it in the last, when we were breaking down the last Nintendo Direct. Yeah. And they showed the game off, and I was like, I'm not feeling it for this game. Yeah. Like, they've lost me. Completely lost me to the point where I wasn't going to buy the game. I'm back. This trailer looks so good. Now, my only fear is this just the PlayStation 4 version, or is Nintendo getting this treatment as well?
There was the same trailer for the Switch version as well.
Okay. So then I'm in. I'm 110% in. I will buy this game day one, and I'm hyped for it now.
That's exciting, and I love the fact that you've done a 180 on that.
Yeah.
Do you think that more developers should respond to criticism in that way?
I feel like yes and no. I think it depends on what it is. When a game is, if it's something that's going to be able to be done, is another thing.
Yeah.
There was a chance that this game would not have been able to be turned around. But I think what Igarashi did was he looked at the demolishment and the downfall of what Mighty No. 9 was.
Yeah.
And I think he realized, if I don't fix this now, I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
Like, here's people telling me, because people were doing the same thing with Mighty No. 9, and they just kept pushing forward. And it just kept getting worse the whole time.
The Mighty No. 9, they did concept art for it, and it looked so incredible. And then they showed actual gameplay, and it was like, whoa, hang on a minute, it looks nothing like that.
Yeah. I think and
like you say, they just pressed on, and
when it comes to... Because here's the thing, Toby. What if Nintendo listened to the fans for Wind Waker? We wouldn't have gotten Wind Waker.
That's a good point. Yeah.
So I think sometimes you should listen to the fans,
Yeah.
and then sometimes you just shouldn't. And another example, like look at what happened with Spider-Man with the damn puddles. Like these people were acting like it was the worst thing ever, and it was like, really? The game is still fantastic. Just because one puddle is smaller than what it was during a demo a couple years ago doesn't mean anything. Like, stop. So I feel like there's sometimes it's just got to be done. You just got to push forward. But in a situation like this, where it's a small indie team, and you look at it and you go, because here's the thing with this particular game, it went from great to bad, back up to great again. If it was one of those games that were like just bad out the gates, what are you going to do? Are you going to revamp the whole thing and start from scratch? And that to me is a mistake.
Definitely, when you think about in terms of investment, you know, because they might have had to spend so much more money to make it look good that it wouldn't have been worth doing that.
Yeah.
So the return on investment is quite important when it comes to that. But
I think it's a gamble he's taking.
It's
definitely a gamble he's taking, because here's the thing. You have your initial investment from Kickstarter and your investors that gave you the money to make the game.
Yeah.
And you're making the game, you're doing your thing, and then it's like, boom. Okay, so here's a little behind the scenes. When Jules did Chicken Wiggle for the 3DS, you and I both loved the pixel art. We loved what it was. And then, but people were down on it. Some people were saying, I'm tired of pixel art, whatever. And then Jules came to me with this hand-drawn Chicken Wiggle stuff. And I flipped for it. I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah.
And he came to me and was like, you know what? People are begging for this. Like, he showed a picture. People freaked out about it. And he came to, him and I were talking. And he said to me, essentially, like, I don't know that I have the funds to do this. So I'm thinking I'm going to do a Kickstarter. And if people are on board and they want to pay for it, then I'll do it. And he's like, and if they don't, then I'll just port over the Chicken Wiggle that we made originally and just go with it. But people responded. And I hope that when this game actually launches, people respond again and go buy the game.
Yeah.
But it's almost a similar situation where people were just kind of like, it's on the 3DS. I'm tired of the pixel art. And Jules responded to it and was like, okay, you tell me what you want. This is your options. What do you want? And people were like, if you're going to bring it to the Switch, you're going to do this hand-drawn art, I'm in. And they backed it, and that we're going to get that. So to me, it's really cool to see when developers can do that. But there's sometimes, too, that, again, where I just feel like, don't listen to the fans. Just do what your heart tells you to do. And because there's a couple games out right now where fans are screaming they're too hard, you got to make them easy, and it's like, no, don't. Because this is the other thing too, is I feel like, because I've drawn, you're an artist, right? You're an artist. I feel like I'm somewhat of an artist. I can draw, I can do stuff. Nothing bothers me more than when people try to tell an artist how something should be. Art is an interpretation. I'm putting out there what I'm feeling at the moment. It's what's coming out from within my mind and my heart and my soul, and it's what's coming out at that moment. There's a reason behind it. You can't just tell an artist, change it. It doesn't work that way. And it's weird, and unless you're in that position, it's just not a matter of like, well, just change it, because if you want money, just change. It's not that easy. It's never that easy. So I think
there's a certain aspect of swallowing your pride as well as an artist. If somebody criticizes your work and you can't see that it would be for the better if you changed it as well. So there's two sides to that. And also, like, I know you're going to hate me for this, but the new Sonic trailer for the Sonic movie, like, I thought it looked really, really good, right? I'm really excited for it.
You thought that looked good?
Yeah, I thought the film looks amazing. I'm hyped for it. However, I did think that the Sonic character model, like, he looked a bit weird. Like, his face was like the Jumanji character. Bobby's just gone. He's had enough. Oh.
What is wrong with you, man?
Look, listen.
Oh
You didn't hear
God.
me out. The Sonic's face looked a bit weird. didn't quite look like Sonic. It looks more like the kid from Jumanji when he gets turned into the monkey, right?
And the body?
The body's fine. The body looks great.
No, sir.
I think the body's fine. I think it's the face that's the problem, the eyes. However, the director of the movie came out and was like, all right, everyone calm down. I've heard your backlash. We're going to fix it. Yeah. And, like, that's not something that usually happens, like, especially with
a
movies.
movie. Yeah, especially with a movie.
The amount of money they spend on CGI, and they're like, all right, we'll just redo it all.
Well, but I think they might have looked at it. Because, let's be fair, the costing to fix it may not be as bad as people think it's going to be.
Yeah.
They must have done a cost analysis. And we're just like, hey, it'll probably cost us $1 million to fix this movie. And if that's what it takes to fix the movie to make people happy, because if they don't fix it, they're going to lose a lot of money. And from what I'm reading and what I'm understanding right now, Sega is in some financial troubles.
Yes.
And they need this movie to do well.
It does kind of baffle my mind a bit that they made the whole movie and didn't realize that Sonic doesn't look right.
That's what I'm saying. Like
surely someone from Sega must have seen that and gone, hang on a minute.
That's what I don't understand. And I'm totally seeing why Nintendo was very scared with when they start talking about movies. Like, who does it and all that stuff. And they've had Miyamoto apparently working hand in hand with the studio to just be like, this is what we want. These are the things that have to be. You know what I mean? Like, you have to do certain things. So it blows me away that, like you said, like, at what point did somebody not go, whoa, hold the phone here. What is happening? Like, this don't look anything like Sonic.
Yeah.
I've seen after the first initial trailer, people posted up some stuff of, like, them just fixing it.
Yeah.
And it looked
I've
fantastic.
Seen the Photoshops, yeah.
I'm like...
And they make the eyes join in the middle like they're supposed to, and change the mouth, and... Even he's supposed to have, like, bare arms as well, like, not blue arms, so I don't know.
But the other thing, too, is, like, the way his legs are supposed to be longer and skinnier, and, like, so the latest pictures that I've seen... Now, I don't know whether the latest pictures are actually from the director, or if they're just photoshops of people just doing what they want with them. Yeah. But what I've seen so far from the latest stuff, it's getting a little better from what I see. I was not into it at all.
What about Robotnik? Dr. Robotnik?
Here's the thing. Do you take Dr. Robotnik as a jokester?
Well, he's certainly got a maniacal personality, like,
and I feel like Jim Carrey's just a comedian. I don't feel
he's not just a comedian. Have you seen some of the independent movies he's in? Like,
I'm talking in this movie. He's cracking jokes. It's like Ace Ventura is Dr. Robotnik.
The thing is, it's a movie for kids. Like, those jokes are targeting the children.
I feel
mostly.
Like it's the Grinch. It's, you know what I mean? Like, it's that whole thing again. And I don't know, man. For me, okay.
Just give it a chance, man.
Let's just have full disclosure. I hate Sonic, okay? I'm not watching this movie. So I don't care. This movie is hot trash in the summer before it even launches. I could care less about it.
Okay.
Sean got me on this rant. Now you're roping me in on it too. I don't care about Sonic. It's no hidden secret. I'm not a fan of the character.
The Paramount rings.
I'm not. That's whatever. I'm not a fan of Sonic. I'm not a fan of this movie. I'm not a fan of the games. I'm not a fan of anything to do. I bought that stupid Sonic Mania on the Switch. One of my most regrettable purchases.
That's a sick game.
It's sick as in garbage. That's what you're exactly right. It is sick. It's disgusting. It's horrible. That game, I don't want anything to do. I don't want anything to do with the movie. The character is creepy looking. He's disgusting looking. Like, he looks like a blue little gerbil pedophile. He's weird looking, man. I'm not a fan. I apologize for comparing him to a pedophile. That was probably a little over the line. But the fact of the matter is he is not okay in my books.
Fair enough. What can I say to that?
Well, what did you just do? Why did you take me down this road? You and Capri. Anyway, let me read it back in.
Dude, somebody's got to clip that out and put it as like its own video.
Okay. Anyway, so here we go. Let's jump into my topic. All right. Let's get back into basics. Let's get back to the core of the show, not this nonsense, you Sonic. Make me freaking sick to my stomach. E3 is coming next month.
So fast, man.
Dude, it's so quick. We're about a month out now. A little over a month. So I want to do a prediction with you. Sony's not going to be there this year. So because of that, we didn't do like Sony and Nintendo. But I wanted to do, if time allows us, we got 30 minutes, give or take. But I wanted to do five of them.
Yeah.
So we'll just go back and forth and kind of discuss what we think is going to happen here.
Yeah.
Go ahead. What you got one first?
So I got one. I just want to make a prediction about the booth, but this is an actual one of my 5. So I'm sneaking.
No. Come on, man. No. If you're not, no. If you're nope. If it's not your prediction, then you don't talk about it.
Oh my gosh.
So I only want 5 predictions.
It was not big enough to be its own prediction.
Well, I have something that is booth related, and it is big enough to be a prediction, and it has additional. So no, give me this nonsense. I'll go first. All right, this way you can. So I think that the booth is going to be Animal Crossing themed. I think they're going to have a village. I think they're going to have all kinds of cutouts or whatever of the characters all throughout the area. I also think that off of the, because this is my whole Animal Crossing prediction. I also feel like we're going to find out that they will have more amiibo coming to the game. I feel like they will basically turn around and tell us that like all the cards that we bought are compatible with this game. Our existing amiibo are compatible with this game, and I feel like they're going to push a little further with some amiibo functionality with it. I think the game definitely launches this year. I think we get a full-blown trailer at E3 with a release date. Release date coming in September 2019. So that's my prediction.
That's a pretty good prediction, man.
It's a pretty in-depth prediction. We don't play games on this side of the pond.
Give me a date.
I'll give you a date. I'll give you. It's simple to me. It's pretty basic and simple. I'm gonna say September 20th.
Okay.
You know what? I'm actually gonna mark it on my calendar.
All right.
So I have it. September 20th. Buying Animal Crossing Switch as per my.
That's a game. That's prediction. A game you want digitally.
Oh, definitely. So definitely.
Yeah, I might get that one digitally.
Yeah, that's a definite digital purchase for me.
So I disagree partly. I think half of the booth will be Mario Maker 2 themed. I think that.
Go ahead.
This is the next 2D Mario. Mario's their biggest like franchise, pretty much. I think they're not going to want to not have any presence of that game. Like, I think that game's going to be a lot bigger than people think it is. Like, sure, it's a sequel and it's like a known quantity, but I think it's going to just blow up and it's going to become a phenomenon for them again. So I think they're going to want to really push it hard. So they're going to have half the booth as Mario Maker 2.
The reason why I'm going to disagree with that is because when Mario Maker 1 came out, it was very low-key. They didn't do a whole lot. I think where you're going to see a lot of Mario Maker is, I think they're going to bring back the Nintendo World Championships this year.
Ooh.
And it'll be like
it'll
be like the closing thing. And like to me, that's the way you showcase Mario Maker, not a big presence at the booth. That's just my opinion. So I don't think it'll be booth related. I think it'll just have some kiosks.
Here's somewhere. A question: do you think we got slopes in Mario Maker 2? Do you think we'll be able to slope a pipe, or a pipe's only going to be up, down, left, and right?
There's no pipes being sloped in original Mario games, are there?
Yes, in Mario World, it's got slopey pipes.
I don't know.
I don't think you will be able to. I think that's something I really, really want now.
Can I be honest with you? What? I don't give a damn, Toby. Dude, I didn't care about slopes. All these people screaming and clamoring. We got to have slopes. And I'm just sitting here going like, who cares about slopes? Big deal. Slide down them. How about give me something essential than a slope? How about give me a world that I can create? So this way, if I get a 1-up in your stage, that 1-up means something in the next stage.
I think you'll be able to do that.
They better be able to do that. If not, they could take the slopes and shove them where the sun.
You'll be able to string together 5 levels.
You brought a lot of anger out of me today, and I'm not appreciating it.
Ah, man.
What's your true prediction? Because that was not that.
All right.
That was speculation, right?
That was speculation. Yeah.
Okay. Well, give me your first prediction. Come on.
All right. This is
I got a shoulda run here. I don't know what you're talking about over there.
It's a nice, easy one. There's going to be a new Mario sports game, and it's going to be football, aka American soccer.
Okay. So strikers.
Yeah, it's going to be a strikers game. Because that sold extremely well on the Wii, nearly 2 million copies, I believe. I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but I think that's quite good in terms of Mario sports games. And as an extra prediction, there's going to be a character in it that's not from the Mario universe.
Okay, so I'm going to disagree here because my prediction for the sports game is Mario Golf. I think that Mario Golf gets announced. But I think...
I did contemplate that.
Okay.
But it sold really badly on the 3DS.
It did?
Yeah.
Like, what's really badly?
Like, less than 500,000 copies.
Get out of here.
When I was looking it up, anyway, the numbers I saw were really low.
Well, I will say this. I think we're both wrong, ultimately, though. Because I think this is the year that they announce the next Sonic Mario Olympics game.
I thought that was already announced.
Well, but I mean, I think they officially announce, and they show it off. Of course it's announced, because every year it comes out. They have it, you know what I mean? Like,
all right.
But what I'm saying is I think they actually show it off. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Nintendo doesn't have the license anymore. I thought Sega got the license.
I don't know, man.
I don't know. But anyway, so... okay, so my next prediction is Mario plus Rabbids 2 coming to the Nintendo Switch. And I know there's probably people going like, what? No way, that's too soon.
No,
I remember, it's Ubisoft.
Yeah,
and Ubisoft, they're used to cranking games out every year. Yeah. This has been a couple years, except for the fact that they had that Donkey Kong expansion pack last year. So I think we're definitely going to get something.
If it comes, which I think it will, I think it's going to have Bowser in it. What do you reckon?
Oh, I agree. I think they're going to... They saved a lot in the first one. They held a lot back.
They did.
That game was fantastic, what they were able to accomplish with it. And I think they're going to double down. I think this is a franchise that Ubisoft has now, and they're going to go for a while. I think the same thing with Starlink. I don't think we see anything with Starlink this year, but I think Starlink turns into a Star Fox franchise, and they start moving forward with that. Because look, they did a gigantic DLC thing, and all the DLC was Star Fox stuff.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So I think that's...
Do you think they're going to concentrate on... I think it's going to be like formulated the same way as the first game. So
Mario
any Nintendo characters, you have the actual version and then a Rabid version, and they can be playable on your own team.
I would love it. I would love it.
Like, is it going to be like a Koopa Trooper and then a Rabid Koopa Trooper? Or like...
I mean, dude, if you could play with Bowser, if you could play with Bowser and a Rabid Bowser, dude, if you could give me a statue, like I already have the other 4, but give me a Rabid Bowser, sign me up. I really want the Donkey Kong Rabid statue. That thing is so cool.
That does look cool, yeah.
That is pretty awesome. Okay, what's your next prediction?
We will finally see SNES games on Nintendo Online.
Okay.
I think that they're getting a bit desperate with Nintendo Online. I don't think enough people are signing up for it.
9 million people signed up, Toby. That's almost half of what they've sold.
I thought it was like a third of what they sold.
No.
How much have they sold now?
Like 26 or 27 million. It might be at 30 now. So yeah, maybe a third of what they. But still, that's a lot. 9 million
But the thing
copies.
they're giving it away, man. They're giving it
If
away.
you have
They're
Twitch,
giving
or if you
Nintendo
have
Online
Amazon.
on Twitch.
Yeah.
If you pre-order Mario Maker, you get a year. They're just giving it away.
Well, it's not that expensive anyways. Let's get serious here.
Yeah,
$20 for a year. Like, come on, man. I think, again, I'm going to disagree with you, and here's my reasoning for that. I think the Super Nintendo games come right when year one ends, meaning a month before the Nintendo Online runs out, and for all those people that bought the year, this is a way to get them to re-up.
September.
It's like September, yeah. So I think in like early September.
Still announce it.
I don't think they will.
Too early?
I don't think they will. I think it's a little too early.
They might have a direct.
That's not a, to me anyway. That's not an E3 announcement. But who knows? Because I think as we've learned over the past couple of years, Nintendo doesn't like to talk business. Now it might be something. And here's the thing: as we're talking about it, we got to remember that E3 for Nintendo is the entire week because they're dropping stuff during Treehouse. So that could be something that gets announced in Treehouse. But I think they're going to announce that plus the controllers that are going to launch. It'll probably launch in September. So you might be right.
Maybe.
I think that we finally get the announcement that we are getting Rare Replay plus this Forza game, that's the mobile game, and Ori and the Blind Forest, plus the Ori sequel coming from Microsoft, all to the Nintendo Switch.
Okay. I've got one better, right?
Oh boy, here he goes.
I think there's going to be more Xbox games partnerships in the same vein. We're going to get Ori and Ori, the next Ori, whatever that is called, I can't remember. We're going to get Halo Wars. We're going to get Killer Instinct.
Ooh.
Because that's been exclusive to the Xbox. A lot of people forget about that.
Yeah.
And like you say, Rare Replay. So I think it's gonna. All those are coming at some point, and they're gonna just want to like go bam, 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 like get people already excited.
Let's take it a step further. Do you think this gets announced during the Microsoft or during Nintendo?
Nintendo, definitely Nintendo.
Do you think that Phil Spencer shows up during the Nintendo Direct?
I'd love that.
How cool would that be? How cool would that be that him and Doug Bowser together talking?
Oh man, I would love that.
That would be awesome, dude. Yeah. That would be awesome. Okay, what's your next prediction?
Well, that was.
Oh, that was your prediction.
That was number 3. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna go. I've got 2 left. This is to me. This is an easy one. It's a gimme, more or less. Next Smash DLC character gets announced.
Yeah. Who is it?
We get. Hold on. We get our next wave of amiibo with it. As far as who it is, part of me thinks one of 2 things. One part of me thinks it's either like a Minecraft character, but another part of me thinks it's Dragon Warrior or Dragon Quest related. So I feel like the next one is probably, I want to say Dragon Quest related, meaning like a character from Dragon Quest. And the reason why I say that is a couple things. You got Dragon Quest 11 coming this year. Yeah. You also have Dragon Quest Builders coming this year.
Yep.
So it makes a lot of sense to me to push that forward a little bit. So that's my opinion.
I've been watching someone play Dragon Quest Builders, the first one, and dude, that's so relaxing, that game. It's
It's so good, Toby.
Yeah,
you would love it. And the thing is what I love about that game is, it's your tasks are built on building, not fighting. You're fighting stuff to acquire, recipes and stuff, and to acquire what you need, the materials. But the game is just, it's a no-brainer.
I picked up a tip as well. I don't know if you know about this, but so you build up experience in this game by putting furniture down and stuff in the rooms.
Building.
So like when you level up and you gain a new level, so you go from level 3 to level 4, you can take the doors off of the rooms which gets rid of, you get minus experience,
Mm-hmm.
but because you've just gone up a level, you don't start off with any experience, so you don't lose any. So then you put the doors back on, and you get all that experience again.
Oh wow! So you're cheating the system.
Yeah, so you can get like half a level like instantly.
That's a good cheat. I like that.
Yeah, that is a good cheat.
I like that. I'm gonna try that. All
right,
go ahead.
My next prediction. Twilight Princess and Wind Waker are coming this year to Switch.
Toby. Okay,
right?
Go ahead. I'll let you drop the ball on another one. Go ahead.
There'll be no. It's not going to be a double pack. They're going to come out individually, and there's going to be no Skyward Sword HD. I don't think we're ever getting that.
Mm-mm.
And as another no HD thing, there'll be no Mario Galaxy, no Mario Sunshine. They're just going to bring over the Wii U games they've already made, basically.
I mean, I think those games are coming. I just think that they're not going to be coming this year. I don't even know they'd get announced. They could get announced for early 2020, but I just think that, man, if they launch, because you got to remember, Link's Awakening's coming this fall. So where would they put Wind Waker at?
I was thinking they might spread them out, have one this year and one early next year.
I mean, it could come December.
Yeah.
Put one out in December and then one in March.
Because, like, not everyone's a Pokemon fan. Like, they might want something else for people to buy at Christmas. So.
Animal Crossing, bro.
You said September for that, man.
I know. But that's still kind of holiday-ish. My final prediction is Zelda-related.
Mm-hmm.
I think that we get a big DLC / expansion pack for Breath of the Wild. I think that it launches in 2020, right around the time that the original game launched, so March 3rd-ish, somewhere in there, to mark the 3-year anniversary. And it's going to be post-Ganon storyline stuff, where you and Zelda are kind of trying to rebuild Hyrule and fix Hyrule, and maybe there's some mission stuff involved. And I would like to also see, what I would really like to see is something very similar to Zelda 2. So I would love for them to go like, okay, because Breath of the Wild to me was very much similar in theory to like the original Zelda game, meaning like there was parts in that world that were in the original game. There were some enemies that came back that were from that original game. I would like to see them say like, okay, so in Zelda 2, the storyline is that Zelda was put to sleep by a wizard.
Yeah.
And she's out, and Link is trying to find a way to bring her back to life or wake her up. And what Ganon's henchmen or the villains in the game are trying to do are to kill Link and take his blood and pour it on Ganon's bones, and it'll resurrect him. That's what I would like the storyline to be.
Right.
So where you're trying to wake up Princess Zelda, and so maybe you start off the game and you are playing, either as both each other or whatever it might be, and then boom. And I would maybe even just go like, hey, pick who you want to be. Like at the start of the game, do you want to play as Zelda? Do you want to play as Link?
Yeah.
And then whatever one you pick, the other one falls asleep. And it's because, I mean, spoilers, they were both involved in the end, in the final battle. So if that's the case, they both in theory wind up helping to defeat Ganon. So you could get away with that and go like, okay, you kill this one, you kill Zelda, you take her blood, you pour it on Ganon, he resurrects. You kill Link, you pour his blood on him, he resurrects. So I would like to see them kind of play with that a little bit, and because that would be the reasoning you would be fighting enemies again, And then maybe in the meantime, as you're fighting, you have this mode where you're trying to rebuild, and maybe you're going out, and you're mining and stuff, and you're taking stuff back, and you're giving it to the villages, and they're using it to rebuild buildings. And
dude, if they start building like train tracks all across Hyrule,
could you imagine though, Toby? Like seriously, like you walk into a village, it's already dilapidated, right? Because there's a lot of villages like that there, where there's beat up buildings and stuff. And you go in, and you're like, hey, here's some brick, or here's some rupees, and then you leave, you go off in battle, and you come back, and the time has passed, and the buildings are starting to be rebuilt and stuff. It'd be so cool.
Dude, that's something, yeah, like, Hyrule really needs more towns and more roads connecting those towns. Like, yeah, that'd be awesome. I'd love that. Awesome. I don't think they're going to touch that game again. I'd love it, but I think that I think they're full steam ahead on the next Zelda, and they don't want to have any resources doing DLC.
You'd hope so, right?
Mm.
What's your final prediction?
My final one is, all right, so 2 years ago, Square Enix told everyone that although they would love Final Fantasy 15 to come to Switch, the Switch just can't run it. Like, they put the engine on there and it was struggling. They did experiments with the Unreal Engine, and they said that engine worked really well, and a couple of other engines. But the one powering Final Fantasy 15 just weren't going to cut it. So they said, no, we're not going to be able to do it. The Switch just is not powerful enough. However, they said if they could find a way, they would love for it to be on there. And I think that they finally found a way to get the game running, whether it's built from scratch on Unreal Engine or whatever. Like, they're going to get some extremely talented port company to put that game on there. So I think finally 15's coming over, because they've been giving so much Final Fantasy love to Switch.
We have 15, Toby.
You've got Pocket Edition. No one wants Pocket Edition.
I bought it. I don't care.
Yeah, and you regretted it.
Yeah, it's not the greatest. Well, I don't know if you realized this week, Nintendo slipped in in an update that actually makes the Switch run better and slightly more powerful.
Yeah, it made Zelda load quicker and stuff. Didn't it?
So it makes me wonder, like, these little tweaks they're doing, can it help games like this? Can Square go to Nintendo and go, this is where my problem is. What can we do? And then Nintendo look at it and go, we got this. Keep doing what you're doing. Well, we can make a tweak here, and it should fix stuff. It'd be pretty awesome. Awesome.
I don't think it's going to look that good, though.
Well, it'll definitely look lesser. But, man, I don't know. Yeah. Have you seen Hellblade?
Oh, no, yeah. Hellblade looks, pretty on par.
There's a lot of games that look pretty damn good, man. Mortal Kombat looks pretty good, too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's some stuff that's coming. Wolfenstein looks good. Doom looks good.
It all depends on how competent and how much effort they put in. Like,
if they half-ass it like they do most of their ports, it'll be trash. I don't have confidence in Square's ability to port a game at all. Mm-hmm. They're very lazy when it comes to that. But if they reached out to, like, Panic Button and was like, hey, could you port this for us? I think it'd be a fantastic port.
Yeah.
So, that is all. Thank you guys for listening to another episode of the Nintendo PlayStation Podcast. We truly, truly appreciate all the support and all the love. Be sure to jump into the Patreon. Come hang out with us. Come talk to us. Maybe one day Toby will show up again. Who knows? He'll come in and drop a word or two and then leave for 6 months again.
Do you mean Discord?
Discord, yeah.
Yeah, you said come Patreon.
Oh, I meant Discord. My bad. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, but seriously, come hang out with us, all that stuff. The other thing I want to say is you can follow Mr. Toby Thornton over on the Twitters at Toby's_take. You can follow me at Nintendo Gurus. That is all. Peace out, Preston.
Enjoy yourself and play some video games.
You're such a
You know what? My favourite character on your shirt is the Goomba. I think he looks most like you.
You're a real piece of trash. I don't appreciate your verbal bars.
No, actually, I think you love it.
No, I don't. I don't love it.
Did you see my amiibos?
Oh, you got Young Link and Ken?
Well, hang on. Let me get rid of this Peppa Pig Easter egg. Look at this thing.
What the f*** is wrong with you?
Yeah. Yeah, I got Ken.
Nice.
Street Fighter Ken and
Young Link.
Young Link. Yeah, Young Link.
You didn't get Daisy?
I don't want Daisy. If I could afford it to complete the collection, I would get Daisy. Yeah. But I'm already missing other ones, so right now I'm just getting the ones that I actually want.
Up here.
Yeah.
3. Hold on. So Young Links go for 25 already?
Already. One per customer. You know, I wanted to get 2, right? I wanted to get one to paint.
Put your glasses on right when you're going to talk to me like that.
I wanted to get one to paint and one to keep.
And you couldn't get
in
them?
The box. Well, it's one per customer.
Maybe I'll see if I can get some for you. Maybe I'll see if I can get one for you.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll get 2. That way you'll paint one for me. And you'll paint one for you. Right. And then I'll send that piece of shit link with it for you to fix.
All right. What color tunic would you like?
Dude, I'd love a blue tunic.
Yeah, man.
Blue or red, but blue would be fantastic. Because nobody does blue. You know what I mean? I would love that. It would be so cool. All right, so we're episode 18, right? Season 3, episode 18. And then, so we're going to do, we'll do your topic first, and then we'll jump into the predictions. And I forgot my predictions. Hold on one second.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So, you ready?
Yeah, I'm just looking at my notes.
What is up, everybody? Your face was priceless. Your face was amazing. Okay. What is up, everybody? And welcome to Season 3, Episode 18 of the Nintendo PlayStation Podcast.